Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Tower of God chapter 568. A little bit of stuff to go over really quick before we get into it. But yeah, excited as always because I feel like every chapter for the longest while, I guess since coming back from hiatus would be the easiest way to categorize things. Chapters have just been fun. There's always been something fun and enjoyable. I was just thinking back to last chapter. I was like, what happened again? And I was like, all I really remember is the bomb and snake stuff. But then like the ginseng and the ginseng stuff came back to me. Was that last chapter? I don't 100% remember. I remember it being mostly bomb stuff. But we also had the Lilial and Andrasi stuff last chapter. So it's like, there's just been fun stuff every single week. I think actually the ginseng and cha stuff was maybe the week before last when we focused mostly on the fight between Jam Jam and what's his face, Mate, Popodal Mateha. So yeah, before we get into this, I did want to shout out Lalzaro made a hot or not, like, I don't know whether to call it like a quiz, Google Doc, whatever. Lalzaro, who has been like a big part of the sort of, I guess, English-speaking Tower of God community for the past few years at least, interacting with like all of the Tower of God YouTubers and everybody. Lalzaro is great. They made it. It was based on an idea of, I'm sorry I forget the name who they said was the original idea, but I'll be making my own video on it and they will be credited there. Yeah, I'm going to link to both the men's version and the women's version in the comments down below. I might throw them in the description too, but I feel like it's probably easier for you all if I just put it in a comment and then pin the comment. That's probably easier for everyone to see, whether PC or mobile. So yeah, I wanted to shout that out. I was going to do a video on it Friday, but I didn't get time. I tried to record it twice yesterday, but couldn't get through it. And I wanted to do it earlier today, but didn't get time. So I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. I'm going to do a video where I'm going to go through and do my answers to the female version and then go over, like, react to the results of both the female and male version. So if anything, shouting it out here gives you like more time. It gives you an extra day for like the results to go up more before I go in and react to the results tomorrow. So yeah, I tried to do that yesterday, sorry, but I'll be doing it tomorrow. I wanted to do it before this reaction, but I couldn't. And even with this reaction, I'm behind. I'm like, it's after 11 already. Yeah, other than that, I went back to doing reactions for One Piece, so if you're interested at all, I wanted to shout it out just because I had a lot of fun with the video, and One Piece is historically not done super duper well on the channel, so I wanted to shout it out for anyone who's interested. And say that, because I figured like once I started doing it this way, people would ask why I'm not doing Tower of God this way too. So I'm going to be reacting to the scans of One Piece and posting them 3 days early for patrons and channel members. And then when the official translation comes out, I will be releasing the video publicly for everyone. And the reason I'm doing it that way is because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like the official translation. I think it's notably less good than the scans when it comes to One Piece. That's why I'm doing it that way. And I didn't want to just post my reaction before the official came out, because then for people who wait and read the official, I might be spoiling people, and I just don't like that. But the reason I'm not doing it for Tower of God, I feel like the big difference is that Tower of God, if you're ahead, you're chapters ahead. And though it would be a great boon to me, like financially, if I was like, hey, putting this behind a paywall, it would very much help me personally. I don't like the idea of me being, because a lot of you in the comments have said that you wait for the official release. So I wouldn't want to be chapters ahead of you. I wouldn't want to be chapters ahead of you, and then people are commenting and I'm ahead of the commenters. I'm totally cool if you all are ahead of me, then that sort of, the power is in your hands. You all are ahead of me. You know more than I do when I'm doing my reactions. But I don't like the idea of like me knowing more than you is the people that are watching my videos and commenting. Yeah, as far as like spoiler-wise type stuff. So I don't like it in that sense. And if I did do like, I'll post it 3 days earlier for people who want it 3 days earlier. It would help, like, put a little money back into the channel, but that would be a decision based on like financial stuff, and I just really don't want to view the channel that way. So there's that too. That, and even if I did it, I wouldn't be reacting to the scans, which are like 12 chapters ahead. I'd only be reacting to the fast past, which I don't know how far ahead that is, because in a weird twist of events, it's the opposite of One Piece, where I'm not a big fan of the scans right now. I don't think they're very high quality, and I think that the best way to read Tower of God right now is the official translation, which is wild because during my years of doing videos on Tower of God, that has historically not been the case. Like, the Tower of God official translation for a long, long time was garbage, horrible, absolutely awful. Then around the anime, it got a lot better. They fixed a lot of things, and I feel like since then it's only been getting better and better. I feel like they've only been getting better at the official translation. So that plays into it too. But I wanted to talk about that at least a little bit, just because, like, with me doing One Piece that way, I figured people would ask, why am I not doing Tower of God that way? And I wanted to get ahead of it, that no matter what for Tower of God, I wouldn't want to be multiple chapters ahead of people watching my videos. I wouldn't want to be reacting to the scans. And, I could always do it like I'm doing One Piece, just post it a couple days earlier, but if I did do it that way, it would just be to raise money for the channel. It would be a financial decision, and I don't really like looking at my content that way. So yeah, like I've said before, if I could just like not monetize things, like if I was born a billionaire or something, I absolutely would. I would just do this without, like wanting or needing any money from it. But yeah, either way, let's get into reacting. I just wanted to throw all that out ahead of time. I guess I don't really have anything else to say, like prediction-wise, going into this chapter. But we are starting off where we left last chapter. As soon as I click on, I see the scene with Andrasi and Lilial warping in with the Bong Bong. The only people, or like right after they warped in, rather. The only people who should be here are Bomb and that ball of rice. Is that Ren? Wait, you mean the Slayer candidate defeated a ranker? That's impossible. Let's see if he's alive first and ask him. And we see Princess. And I thought the same thing but didn't say it last week, and then I watched Dr. Bonehead's reaction, and he was like, it's like Envy from Fullmetal Alchemist, and I totally thought the same thing. And I wonder if Ren is gonna just stick around in leech form for a while then, as like little mascot character leech form Ren. We have Lilial freaking out and stepping backwards. Don't step on me. What the hell is that? Princess, it's nice to meet you. My name is Ren. I'm one of the Lopobia family's rankers. What? You're Ren. I heard about you from Princess and Dorsey. Why do you look like this? I know it's hard to believe, but the Slayer candidate beat me. But my body hasn't recovered, so I'm stuck in this form for the time being. What? The Slayer candidate beat him. I can't believe this. That guy defeated a ranker from the Zahard family's royal guards. Oh? So, you're that rice ball jerk. Ha, says Andrasi. How about I crush you and shut you up once and for all? He says, holy shit, holy shit. Wait, stop. What is that? Or what was that? I love just tiny Ren. Holy shit. Hold on. You seem to be looking for the Slayer candidate. I'll help you find him. And a little sweat coming off. I know I don't look it right now, but I'm still a ranker. I'm a scout and an anima. Really, it's weird. I would have thought that, because of the whole Yuga disguise and teaching Bomb originally like wave controller stuff, I would have thought wave controller and anima. My tracking skills are better than anyone. I can find him in no time. How can I trust you? Don't worry about that. I've changed my mind. To be honest, I'm quite astounded by the Slayer candidate's abilities. The family head was right. It hurts my pride to admit it, but he would be a valuable asset in the upcoming war. I fully support this marriage to Princess Lilial. I can't believe you just said that. Let's just kill him. And then, yeah, go ahead. Oh my, Lilial, you're horrible. No. Then hurry up and find Bomb. Oh man, Lilio, you're the worst. Daughter of snakes too. That was such a funny scene. That was so fun. The room with Bomb and the Serpent Master. If you really want to know, I'll tell you. Oh, okay. Oh my god, I totally forgot. I really wanted last week for us to get this lore drop, for us to get this backstory with who the Serpent Master actually is, what's going on with that, what's going on with Laura, why is Laura even important. I'm so excited if we get this here. Have you heard of Snake Strands? The first Strand game? I have no idea. Snake Strands. Wait, do you mean what I think you do? I see, so you have heard of them. They're snakes that live forever, by molting and dividing themselves every year. After dividing themselves up over the course of tens of thousands of years, they become a snake mass, and those who eat long-lived snakes, or long-lived snake strands, obtain their power. So this is weird. So this is like... So is the Serpent Master and the Snake Charmer, if they're both like snake masses, are they basically from the same, I don't want to say race, species? I don't know if either, I guess species might be more right. Are they like both from the same species, perhaps? Most people who try to devour us end up dying from the snake's poison, but certain chosen ones can become stronger by simply eating a few of the snakes. That is why everyone hunts us down despite the risks, and so we were forced to hide in the dark. I was born in a dark mud field, unbeknownst to anyone. I have lived for tens of thousands of years, making me especially valuable. The family head discovered me and placed me in a massive container. I spent an unfathomable amount of time in that container, all alone, multiplying and dividing. Then, one day, Lilial's mother, Laura, came to me. That's a really cool panel of Laura. I really like that panel. She was crying. She asked me for a favor. She wanted me to make the child within her stronger. Does he mean? You mean Princess Lilial? That's right. So basically, Lilial with the Serpent Master's... So he isn't like the real father, but that means that Lilial with the Serpent Master strands is similar to what they did with Ren in the Leech. Lilial Zahard. Laura told me if the child in her womb doesn't become one of Zahard's princesses, that she and her family would be in danger. I looked at her up close. Alright. I had never seen a human woman in my life. She felt so warm, unlike me. So he is just a ball of snakes. The moment that I saw Laura, I felt something that I never should have. I wanted to help her, but her child was still no more than an unstable cell. I wasn't sure how to make the child stronger, but then I thought of a way, and I told her my idea. This is what I told her. Within the next 10 days, if you feel even for a moment that you could love me, then come back to me. And Laura returned to me. Crazy. Was it love, or did she simply have no other choice? Yeah, so it seems like another situation where it just could be more of Traumare's manipulation, because Traumare has said himself that he prefers not to kill people, but to use them. Whatever it was, I couldn't say for sure, but I made up my mind. I decided to protect Laura and the child in her womb forever, because Lilial is my daughter. So that's what happened, but I don't understand. So really, I mean, he did murder all these people, but I mean, he's a ball of snakes. Can you really hold him to a sense of morality? Like, he did kill all of the other participants here, but at the same time, he did it out of, like, seemingly an actual true love and loyalty for Laura and Lilial. So that's what happened. But I don't understand. I thought she had an older twin sister. Doesn't the snake know about her? Okay, so even Bomb is questioning. I was just figuring then that Shilial wasn't like a full-on actual sister. But it's interesting that there's the fact that Bomb is actually bringing it up himself. That Siu is actually drawing attention to it. And we see earlier... Oh yeah, we have the Bong Bong and the little Ren Leech. That's so funny. I love the little Ren Leech following them around. Are you sure it's this way? Don't worry, I clearly remember the Slayer candidate's scent. Honestly, if Bong Bong was making Andrasi tired, she kind of probably should have just run along then. I feel like as like a princess and everything, just her physical abilities would be less taxing. But be careful, I detect traces of a battle in that room. Laura came to me. Oh, she's going to get some of the lore dump too. I hear a voice inside. She was crying. She wanted me to make the child within her stronger. So Lilial got to hear. Do you mean who I think you do? That's right. Lilial Zahard. What? Several years after that, I received news that Lilial was born. So it took several years for her to be born. This is tower time. Like I said, it takes months. Like like when people were like, it's kind of weird that Yasracha's just hanging around. I'm like, well, if aging takes thousands of years, if you take a like fatal attack, it's kind of like, oh no, I've taken a fatal attack, this will take me months to die from. So it kind of makes sense, and I feel like this is even more of like an extrapolation. I mean, maybe like he received news several years after Lilial was born, but there's also just the fact that maybe in the tower, with the way that time seemingly works, that it took several years for her to be born, or maybe Lilial isn't the child. Maybe the original child died, or the original child is somebody else, and that explains why Lilial has a twin sister. But it's interesting. And then a few years later, Laura came to see me again. She told me Lilial was born normally. It was difficult to believe, but Lilial must have been resistant to my poison, or again, maybe it's because Lilial's a special case. So I tore off parts of myself, with the power I wanted to give Lilial, and sent them to Laura every single day. And then, Laura stopped coming soon after that. And I heard that Lilial was chosen as one of Zahard's princesses. Why did you sacrifice yourself like that? I told you. Lilial is my daughter. Hey, aren't you going to go inside? Says Andrasi. I would do anything for my daughter, Lilial. That's a lie, and she clenches her fist. Stop lying, you sneaky snake, and she charges in the room. I feel bad for the Serpent Master. Lilial? My mother would never do such a thing with a freak like you. I inherited the family head's bloodline. I was already strong enough without needing any power from the likes of you. He's lying because he wants to see my mother. That's why he's spewing these delusional lies. Cut his throat out right now. Also, it's wild to me that Lilial and Andrasi caught up to Bomb in this whole Bomb and Serpent Master situation before Kun Rakima Slime and Dravi are just chilling somewhere. Lilial? Hurry up and kill him. I'll marry you or do whatever you want if you just kill him for me. Kill those goddamn snakes. Right now. Lilial's just been... Like, I get people hating Lilial. I mean, I kind of get her perspective somewhat, but man, Lilial's kind of just awful. I feel so bad for the Serpent Master. Hey, Lilial. And then... Now he looks so sad. Sad snake ball. Oh? And he's sort of disassembling from beneath Bomb. No, stop! And flowing out of the room. And he just flows away. And Bomb starts chasing after. Man. Tower of Drama. He's too fast. I can't stop all those snakes. Lilial, go after him. Tell him to stop. He's looking for your mother. Why should I? He's just a delusional Shinwei. Why should I go after him and tell him to stop? I'm so sick of all this. From this whole ridiculous marriage to those damn snakes, I can't stand it anymore. It is true that if you had your whole life going a certain way, and then you're like, oh, by the way, this ball of snakes is your father. Oh, also, by the way, you have to marry this guy that not only do you not really know, but you don't even like this guy. Like, it kind of really upends her whole life. I just want to give up on everything. And then we have a call from her pocket. Is this going to be Shilial? Are we finally getting her? A message. Who could it be? You're giving up. Then, can I have everything? That number. It's someone else in the hotel. Lilial? and she takes off running. Hey, could it be? No, it's impossible. Why would my sister be here? Shilial hype. Holy hell, Shilial hype. Is this like a Ren situation? Was Ren foreshadowing for Lilial and Shilial? Like, is it a similar situation, but Lilial doesn't know about it? Shilial's like got the evil twin thing going or something? Hello. This is our first time meeting like this, and she steps out. The best girl, the better twin, is finally here. Holy crap. My name is Shilial Zahard. I'm one of Zahard's princesses from the Lopobia family, as well as Lilial's twin sister. I'm also one of the daughters, born to you in Lopobia Laura. And they pass around her and smash into the walls on both sides as she stands there calmly. Shilial, the better twin. This is so hype. This is so cool. Daughter? You're the daughter of Laura and I, but my daughter is Lilial. Oh, I guess my mother didn't tell you. We're twins. What? Unlike Lilial, I was born with enough strength that I didn't need your help. So I suppose that makes me a bit more like your daughter. Wouldn't you agree? As irritating as that may be. Shilial. Lilial? What are you doing here? What about your teammates? And how do you know about those snakes? You're so weak, Lilial. How could you fail to seize an opportunity like this? I told you I envy you. I may be a bit older than you, but you were always our mother's favorite. What the heck are you talking about? Lilial. And Bomb's still running behind. Slayer candidate. Oh, it's you. You're the person we're supposed to marry, huh? I suppose I should introduce myself. Nice to meet you. Shilial? My name is Shilial Zahard. I'm Lilial's older twin sister, and one of your potential marriage partners selected by the family head. The family head appears to have wanted to test whether Lilial or I would be a more suitable partner. That must be why he brought those snakes here. What on earth? I think I know what he hoped to find out. He wanted to see which one of us would take advantage of our position as our mother's daughter, to command those snakes, even after finding out the whole truth. Maybe he thought that without that kind of determination, we wouldn't be willing to give up our title as Zahard's princesses, for the sake of a political marriage. If I don't respect the family head's decision, my mother, myself, and my whole family will be in danger anyway. So, even though I don't like this whole idea, let's agree to get married for now. What do you say? You could do a lot worse for a wife than me. And then, Shilial. I refuse. What? Are you impotent or something? You don't want me? No. Shilial is just... Man, and that's where we end. Shilial's just so much better than Lilial. So much better. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Yeah, if you saw a bunch of jump cuts, it's because the chapter kept freezing up on me, and I'd have to wait for it to continue scrolling. Yeah, I don't know. Things have been disastrous lately. But that was so fun. I love the twist with Shilial coming in. Like I said, Tower of God, there's always, always every chapter. Sorry, I've been having a lot of trouble speaking today as well. There's always just been something really, really interesting happening every single chapter. Yeah, I guess there's not too much else to say. I'll go ahead and end it so I can get this posted tonight. Like I said, it's already after 11, so I'm going to have to be up really late trying to get this posted for all of you. So either way, thank you so much for watching. I'll maybe figure out some way to talk more in depth, but like I said, I'll have another Tower of God video tomorrow. Sorry, I'm like I said, between the chapter being awful and me just having a really rough time, I don't feel super confident about this one, but if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, my first thoughts and reactions. Subscribe for more Tower of God, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, free and open for anyone, just ask and I can give you a link. If you want to help support the channel, you can do super thanks down below, or you can become a patron or a channel member. Patrons and channel members will get a few days early access to One Piece, but also get a shout out at the end of every video. So thank you so much to patrons and channel members. Thank you to chosen regulars, Evan Hawley, Chosen regular Evan Hawley, Magical Girls Evarnono, Huarian, and a new Magical Girl, Smeller Dog. Thank you to Cherryton student David Langstaff and Slayer candidate SG. Huge thank you to all of them. Thank you to all of you for honestly suffering through this video. I'm sure it was like, I do not feel good about it. It was probably awful. But thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.